Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Time for the sports news. Here is Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Laddie. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger has been given a 3-match touchline ban and fined £40,000 for his behaviour in the referee's changing room after Sunday's game against West Bromwich Albion. A Football Association statement says the Frenchman admitted his language and behaviour was abusive, improper, and questioned the integrity of the match referee. Wenger was angered by Mike Dean's awarding of a late penalty, which was converted by Jay Rodriguez in his side's draw at the Hawthorns. He will start his ban in Sunday's FA Cup third-round tie at Nottingham Forest. Nick Kyrgios is through to the semi-finals of the Brisbane International with a 3-set win over Alexander Dolgopolov. The mercurial Australian huffed and puffed in a miserable first set, but eventually found some rhythm to come through a tricky encounter, 1-6, 6-3, 6-4. Also through to the last four in Brisbane is defending champion Grigor Dimitrov. The Bulgarian needed 3 sets to advance, beating Kyle Edmund 6-3, 6-7, 6-4 in 2 hours and 23 minutes at the Pat Rafter Arena. He will face Kyrgios for a place in the final. In the Hartmann Cup, Germany have booked their place in Saturday's championship decider with a 2-1 win over Australia in their final Group A clash. The Germans began with a straightforward 6-1, 6-2 victory for Angelique Kerber over Daria Gavrilova. But then the tie was thrown wide open in the second rubber when Thanasi Kokinakis defeated world number 4 Alexander Zverev 5-7, 7-6, 6-4. In the deciding rubber, Zverev and Kerber combined to secure a 1-4, 4-1, 4-3 victory and a place in the final against Switzerland. And that's a wrap on sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks, Ayotunde. At least 37 people have died in landslides and flooding in the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Provincial Health Minister Dominique Willoli says search and rescue efforts are still ongoing after the heavy rains. Witnesses say 5 children from the same family were among the dead. They reportedly drowned overnight in their home. Flooding is a major peril for residents of Kinshasa. Many homes are built on hillsides where lack of drainage makes them vulnerable to mudslides and flash floods. The author of a controversial book on Donald Trump's White House has attacked the U.S. president's character. Michael Wolff says Mr. Trump has, quote, less credibility than perhaps anyone who has ever walked on the earth at this point, unquote. The author, who spent months in Mr. Trump's White House while researching the book, was responding to the president's claims that it was full of lies. Mr. Trump's lawyers had tried to block the publication of the book, but it has now gone on sale early. And on entertainment news, Nigerian music stars Ed Isaacs and Tiwa Savage reach out to musicians in other parts of Africa to create new music. Maya Wagundele has details of that and more.
Many thanks. Yeah, top stories from the world of showbiz. Multi-instrumentalist and singer Ed Isaacs has released a collaborative project featuring South Africa's Kimberly Venti. The music video, titled Adore, directed by Isaacs, has production input from Polymath and Lyric. Old and new artists came together to celebrate different genres of art, including dance, music and drama at the Our Lagos, Your Lagos art concert. The audience, made of the diplomatic community and different art form-loving Lagosians, dined and wined while enjoying presentations from comedians and other entertainers. British filmmaker Francis Waitley is set to release his second film about late pop icon David Bowie, a documentary titled David Bowie, The Last 5 Years. The project presents insights from former band members, collaborators and Bowie's longtime producer into the life and creative process of the very private maestro. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Let's return for the rest of the news at 10.
And finally tonight, the sad story that shook the media industry at the end of last year. A veteran TV producer and filmmaker, Tunde Oloide, has died at the age of 70 on December the 18th, 2017. A man of many firsts, as he was one of the first producers of Nigeria's longest-running television series, The Village Headmaster, organized the first international film festival in Nigeria and was the former president of the Independent Television Producers Association of Nigeria, ITPAN, amongst many other hats he wore. The funeral arrangements include being on Tuesday, January the 9th, 2018. A service of songs will hold at 5th Avenue, Oak Close, Festac Town, Lagos at 5 p.m. On Thursday, January the 11th, 2018, the Wake Keep holds at 45 Ilawe Road in Ekiti, in Ekiti State at 5 p.m. While on Friday, January the 12th, 2018, there will be a funeral service at the All Saints Anglican Church in Ekiti at 11 a.m. The interment follows the service at the church cemetery, while the reception will hold at St. Paul's Primary School Field in Ekiti. Chief Babatunde Oloide is survived by his wife, Pimbo Oloide, children and grandchildren. May his soul rest in peace. And the main news again. The wheels of justice began to turn the way of the victims of the recent attacks in Benue today as the police arraigned 6 suspects in a Makurdi magistrate's court over the killings. That's the news at 10 this Friday. Thanks for being with us. My name is Ladi Akiriduluale. Do have yourselves a wonderful weekend ahead. Good night.